Today, I'm here with owner of Good Therapy Counseling, Abby Cook, and therapist Taryn Young. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
So my first question is, how does the election affect mental health, specifically in the first-time voter age group?
I think for the first-time voter age group and with people in general, there's a lot of anxiety that comes with the election. There's can be some divisiveness, tension, and judgment among people. And aside from the social dynamics, there's also a big, a lot of fear put into people of there's a lot of focus on what would happen if the other candidate wins and all of the bad potential negative consequences from that. But I think there's a lot of pressure among people and divisiveness and friendships and families, and people have a hard time being kind of authentic with their viewpoints or feeling like they're judged by their viewpoints.
Right. So it's almost like trying to stay true to yourself during the season?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how would a student handle the political division within their family?
So we see a lot of that in our clients. They come in and they're very stressed with the division within their family. So we encourage them to set boundaries within their family, and when things become stressful, we encourage them to stop the communication and come back to it when they're less stressed. We also encourage them to accept the fact that they have different beliefs within their family. And then we also encourage them to have family therapy and learn different techniques that they can share with one another to help decrease the stress and anxiety that this topic brings.
It would be almost like finding a common ground between the family members?
Yes.
Okay. And how do political beliefs influence individual identity and self-esteem?
I think there's a lot of internal confusion that can come up during this time because there's pressure to fully commit to one party's ideology or to a candidate, and I think it can make people feel conflicted of what do I really think and feel. And I think especially in the first-time voter age group, there's a lot of exploration of what do I think and feel, what are my values and my beliefs. And I always try to help my clients as well kind of come back to what are your core values and your beliefs, and at the end of the day, you choose a candidate and maybe you don't support or believe or share the same values in every way. But I think to improve your self-esteem, it's kind of being true to who yourself and discovering your own values and beliefs.
So is it you align with the candidate that you believe is more into your beliefs then?
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, there's perhaps no perfect candidate, but trying to see who do you align with more in terms of how you think and feel versus the influence of how other people want you to think and feel.
And have you seen an increase in election stress from this year compared to previous years?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that. There's actually been a study that 73% of the people have more anxiety and stress compared to other elections. And a lot of this has to do with the different policies, social, climate, and financial concerns that have been causing a lot of this anxiety and stress.
Do you think that heightened stress has anything to do with social media in this election?
Big time. I think social media has a huge impact on how people think and perceive everything happening in the election season, but also it has a huge impact on our emotions every day. All of our algorithms kind of feed us with the things that we do align with, but it also kind of feeds on our fears and can feed you information about why you should be fearful of the other candidate. And there's, a lot of fear mongering can influence people's daily thoughts and feelings about the election. So I always try to especially have good boundaries with technology and social media, especially during election season, or just being mindful of how it's affecting you.
Yeah, so it would shape a person's perceptions and emotions then?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you also think with the algorithm that it often changes beliefs, or it just amplifies them then?
I would say it's more amplifying because it's very interesting, I guess, how the algorithms all work, where it kind of figures out what you do like and you don't like, or the things that I guess are pulling your attention, which I think is often amplifying your beliefs and your fears.
Okay, and then how do you think the outcome of the election affects a person regardless of the winner?
So regardless of the winner, people are still going to feel stress and anxiety. I think the unknown of the different policies causes stress and anxiety regardless of who is elected. I think financial Concerns also is going to be a stress and anxiety regardless of who's chosen. And then the social climate also creates stress and anxiety. So I think regardless of who is chosen for president, there definitely is still going to be stress. And that is something that just is going to be hard to remove.
Do you think it comes from like the feeling of like not knowing what's next?
It's the unknown, absolutely.
Thank you for being here today. Is there anything you guys like to add?
Yeah, I would like to say that I think, there's a lot of focus on the negative regarding the election, and I think it takes away from people focusing on, the positives that come along with an election. And I think people really need to take some time to think about, not only the negative aspects, but what comes along with election are positive aspects. And it's important to, take some time and think about those things as well, because there are some exciting aspects to having a new president.
It's a very empowering time, I think, for especially first-time voters, where it's exciting to be able to be a part of this and be a part of the potential change that you want to see in the world and be empowered by that versus, the doom that can sometimes be felt.
I feel more like a part of it other than like sitting on the outside where I don't have like a say in it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today on Good Morning Lewis, and we'll be right back.
Thank you for having us.